Hey everybody, I'm so glad you're tuning into our Learn to Zoom video. Zoom is an online meeting space. It's designed to let people interact across distances. So when you set up a Zoom meeting, it can be for a lot of different reasons. It might be for social interaction with family and friends, in which case you'd probably be sharing video and audio of yourself. A lot of companies and industries use it for large scale meetings where one person is talking and a lot of people tune in to listen, but they don't share video of themselves. And there are just a lot of different ways that you can use Zoom. So we're going to start with the basics of how to get to Zoom and how to interact with Zoom. So you're going to open your internet browser. I'm using Google Chrome, but you can use Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, whatever you've got. So I want you to go to www.zoom.us. Okay, this is going to pull up the main screen for Zoom. This is how you get started with joining a meeting. I'm going to start with the very simple basics of how to join a meeting that someone else has already created. Creating a meeting is a little bit more complicated. Right now, let's just start with the basics on how to join a meeting. So when you want to join a Zoom meeting, you're going to have to make sure you have a couple of things. One, a solid internet connection. I don't recommend using mobile data for Zoom. It takes up a lot of your data. It's best to be connected to a Wi-Fi network, preferably your home Wi-Fi network, or be using a desktop that is connected directly to your internet router. You are going to need a camera if you want other people to be able to see you. So if you're just using this for something professionally, you don't need to worry about a camera. You may not want people to be able to see you, but if you're interacting with your family, you'd probably want to make sure you have a camera. Some laptops have cameras built into them. If you have a camera built into your laptop, it would be at the middle top of the plastic frame around your screen. It'll look similar to the camera on your smartphone device. Desktop computers typically don't come with built-in webcams. Some of them might. You can also purchase a webcam separately. I just recommend you take a look at your devices and see if on the very top of the frame, if there is a small circle of glass that indicates that there's a camera there. Another thing you're going to need to Zoom is going to be a microphone. So you need the mic if you want to talk to people. If your computer has a built-in webcam, it's going to likely have a built-in microphone as well. If you don't have one or it doesn't work very well, you can always purchase a cheap pair of earbuds. A lot of earbuds have built-in microphones. And if you're ever curious if your earbud does, it's usually a small box built onto the cord itself. So cordless earbuds sometimes have microphones, but they're usually more expensive. But the Apple earbuds that come with your Apple product typically have a built-in microphone. And Zoom is going to go ahead and it's going to check those things for you when you log into a meeting. So you don't need to worry too much at this moment whether you have them or not. But let's say that we know we have internet, we have a camera, we have a microphone, and we want to join a Zoom meeting. So there's a couple different ways that you can find out about Zoom meetings. People can email you directly and say, hey, I'm setting up a Zoom meeting. This is where you're going to find it. Or maybe they'll post on Facebook some information about it. So when you get a notification about a Zoom meeting, you'll see that this is an email I sent to myself and it says join Zoom meeting. And I can click on this link and it'll take me directly to my Zoom meeting. Okay. But another thing you can do is if you log on to Zoom and you click join a meeting at the very top of the screen, it's going to ask for a meeting ID or a personal link name. In that email that I sent myself, my meeting ID is right here, 521412501. This is a unique ID for the room and the meeting that I created. So it's not the same meeting ID for everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that meeting ID in and I'm going to click join. This is the point where if you haven't downloaded the software from Zoom to join their network, it will prompt you to do so. You can see that here at the bottom it says, if nothing prompts from browser, click here to launch the meeting or download and run Zoom. If you've never used Zoom before and there's not a box popping up right now to tell you to download it, I want you to click download and run Zoom. Okay, but I have downloaded the Zoom meeting software, so I'm just going to go up here and click open Zoom meetings. Okay, so now it's asking me for a meeting password in that email that I sent myself. I have a specific password here. This is another way to add security to your Zoom meetings. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy it in. join meeting. This is a video preview of what I'm going to look like when I join the Zoom meeting. So hi, everybody. It's good to see you again. You can always show video preview dialogue when joining a video meeting. That's a good way to see what your background looks like if everything's good. I'm just hanging out in my office today. So I can join with video or I can join without video. I'm going to go ahead and join with video. So I'm going to go ahead and connect to this meeting. Okay, so then it gives me two more options: join with computer audio or test speaker and microphone. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to test the speaker and the microphone so that you guys can see what it's going to look like when you do it. So when I click test speaker and microphone, you can't hear it right now, but here in my earbud, it's actually playing a little tune for me, and it's asking, do you hear a ringtone? Well, yes, I do hear a ringtone. And now it's saying, speak and pause, do you hear a replay? And I paused right there because what I said, it just played back to me, so I know my microphone is working. So now that I have tested everything, I can click join with computer audio, and we can click join with computer audio once more. And now I am using computer audio. So I am now part of a Zoom meeting with myself. Once you are part of your meeting, and that means that your sound is coming through okay, your video is coming through okay, there are a few functions of Zoom that you're going to want to work on using. The first one, being down here at the bottom, is this microphone that says mute. You can see that it's kind of going up and down with a little bit of green in it. That means that I am broadcasting noise into the Zoom meeting right now. If at any point in time you don't want people to hear you, you can click it. And now it shows a microphone with a red line through it. And if you want to unmute, you'll just click it again. So now I'm talking into the Zoom meeting again, but I'm going to go ahead and mute this for right now because I'm only talking to myself. Next button is stop video. If at any point in time you want to stop your video so people can't see what's going on in the background, you can go ahead and do that. Stop video just takes away the display at the top where you could see my face. Okay, I'm going to click start video again. There you go, and I'm back. The next button is participants. If I click on this, I can see the names of everyone who's involved in this Zoom chat. Sometimes it will display phone numbers if someone is calling in on a Zoom meeting. So I'm going to click on it, and it's just going to say Katie and Katie Poyer because I'm the only person in, and I'm just using two computers in order to run this meeting. Okay. The next button is chat. So this has an instant messenger function where you can message the entire group at once, or you can select people to message individually. So instead of everyone, I can click Katie Poyer and send a message directly to that person instead. Share screen, that's more of a meeting function. If you wanted to show a spreadsheet that you were working on, or a Word document or a video, you can click share screen and then it'll show your entire computer screen to everyone else in the Zoom meeting. I usually don't use that unless I'm doing it specifically for work. It just doesn't come up much when I'm Zooming with my family. The record button, also more of a meeting function. It allows you to capture what's happening on your screen and then save it for later if you're doing like a board meeting, or maybe you're doing like a craft tutorial and you want to send it out to people later, things like that. And the last button is reactions. At the top of the page, you'll see a few options here. One says gallery view and one is full screen. So I'm going to click on full screen first, and that's going to make the chat that I'm part of take up my entire computer screen. Okay. And next I'm going to click a gallery view. That's going to change the way that I see the screen. So Zoom's default setting, or what you can see now is called speaker view, where it's like this, makes it so that the person who is speaking, whose audio is being detected, takes up a larger part of the screen. Since I'm the only person here, it's not doing it on this computer screen, but if I had multiple people in the chat, then the person talking would take up more of my screen so I could see who was talking, okay? And if you don't want to do that, I usually do gallery view because even though one person is talking, I'm still interacting with a large group of people, and I like to keep track of them and see what's going on, things like that. With speaker view, one of the really big downsides of Zoom is the microphone detection. So the mics and Zoom itself detect really small amounts of noise in the background. That's why I'm actually shooting with my earbuds today, is Zoom uses a really sensitive level of microphone levels. So if you are making any noise in the background and you're not muted, like let's say you're rustling paper, you're typing on a keyboard, you're eating a cookie, Zoom's going to pick up on that, and people who have their Zoom meeting set to speaker view, your box will pop up in the top instead of the person who needs to be talking. So I tend to mute my mic when I'm not speaking, if I'm in a large group of people, or if I have a lot of background noise going on. And again, you can mute that mic down here in the bottom corner. That's kind of the basic function of a Zoom meeting. The logging into for the first time and what the controls are that you see on your screen. When you're done with your meeting, you can go ahead and just at the bottom of your screen on the right, it says leave meeting. Click that. Do you want to leave this meeting? Well, I've came in, I chatted, we're done. I'm going to click leave meeting. Okay. There we go. Zoom does have time limits on how long your meetings can be. You can get free unlimited length meetings for 3 participants or less. And if you have more than 3 people in a meeting, you can only have an hour-long meeting. If you want to have it unlimited, you got to pay for more Zoom support. Okay? This is the window that pops up when you're done with your meeting. Now that you've taken care of business, get your own account for free. I do have my own Zoom account. It's what helps me put on meetings, but I wanted to take this time to reach out and show you how to log in to a meeting on your own. Specifically because a lot of people are using it right now. A lot of your kids and grandkids are already familiar with creating meetings. I know there are a lot of different agencies that are starting to use Zoom as a way to connect with clients and members. And the way that they're doing it is by they're creating the meeting and then sending out that information that is that meeting ID and that password. You can also see in this email that I have a join Zoom meeting, and this is a link that if I click on it, take me directly to the launch for Zoom meeting. And by the meeting host sending that invitation out to me, it's just easier for me to join the meeting because I don't need to enter the ID or the password because I have that specific web address where the meeting is taking place. Okay? If you have any questions on how to join a Zoom meeting or on the controls, you can leave a comment in this video. We'll try and answer as many as we can. Otherwise, at the top of any page with Zoom, you can see there is a button that says support. If you click on your support button, and I'm going to move my little screen off to the side, there are so many different options here on Zoom to help you get started. You can literally go into their help center and click getting started, and they have a lot of articles and a lot of how-to videos to help you troubleshoot and get your way into your first Zoom meeting. So I hope this encourages you to pop onto a Zoom meeting if you see one posted. Hopefully we'll have some coming up for the rec center for something, or maybe you will ask your grandkids or your kids to set one up. In another video, I am going to go over how to host your own Zoom meeting, but I think this video is long enough already, so I'm going to end this portion here. You can also log on to Zoom using their app. You can find that in your App Store or your Google Play Store. It's very similar to interacting with Zoom on desktop in that you will need a meeting ID and a password. Okay? Hopefully this helps a little bit, and hopefully I'll see you all on Zoom soon. Thanks, everybody.